AFL via their footy boss Greg Swan has confirmed that the bounce is dead. The centre bounce will never happen again in AFL football.
Then what are we doing here? Because we're not dead and we're not going anywhere.
Why we chop liver now or something? The centre bounce is dead? Never going to happen again? Well, stuff you, Tom Morris. Who do you think you are, mate? This is the centre bounce, and it's not going nowhere.
Guys, we'll be here all trade period, all, 2026 and beyond, talking your questions, live streams, videos, stuff in person. The centre bounce is not going anywhere.
Absolutely not. And for good measure, let's just run that intro again, please, shall we? Where we do the hard work so you don't have to.
Guys, it's going to be a fun time. Next video is coming out soon as the trade period opens, as free agency opens. Stay tuned for a lot of content. It's going to be a good preseason heading into the regular season next year.
Absolutely. Because, all right, I get it. All jokes aside, yes, the centre bounce has been scrapped. We've sort of spoken about it during the course of the season because it was raised that they're going to try and make it a lot more accessible and a lot more, I suppose, advantageous for those rucks that can run and jump. They don't want the stationary, big, stocky rucks anymore. So you're looking at your Marshalls, your English, your De Connings, your Drapers. These rucks, Luke Jacksons, these rucks are really going to hopefully try and capitalize on the throw up now as opposed to the bounce. So those rucks are going to have a lot more higher premium, I suppose, currency now in our Supercoach teams next year.
Okay, and alongside that, it's probably a bit less confusion and problems for the AFL umpires themselves. Not to blow smoke on these on these professionals in the AFL, but imagine if half of my job just disappeared and I still got paid the same. That's what's happening in the AFL now. No more having to blow the whistle and do it again. Just throw the ball up, mate. We get all the basketball umpires in. We do whatever we want. As you say, though, just to be fair, there's a lot of changes happening. Centre bounce gone. A bunch of that is going to change things. And then also, no more sub rule, Joe.
That's right. That's right.
I got a bet for you. Obviously, the sub rule means, hey, whoever gets named is going to be named. Potentially, there's going to be a little bit less in terms of scoring because now there's 23 players across 3,300 points instead of 22 players, give or take a player coming in the fourth quarter usually. How many weeks is it going to take coaches to say, hey, my player's injured, I wish I had a sub and I could have a full bench? It's going to happen pretty quick.
It's going to happen. I'm so confident it's going to happen again. And it would not even surprise me if it's Chris Scott who would be like, oh no, my player got concussed in the first quarter and we've been unfairly prejudiced against. I can totally see it happening, but this is what everyone's been crying out for from a Supercoach perspective. At least it means that our rookies are going to play a full game. They're not going to be playing like for a quarter, for example. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like they're going to be playing massive minutes. If you're player number 23, it's probably because you're going to have the 23rd least amount of time on the field. But at least, though, it gives us better opportunity for these players to make a bit more cash for us moving forward.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, at least we won't get stuck with what's his face getting like 12% game time because he's named the sub an hour before the game starts. So something to bank ourselves on a little bit more in Supercoach land, but it is going to be the high performance, the points per minute rookies, the guys that get a lot of accumulating and influence on the field, which is the ones that we're going to pick. But I'm not sure that's much different than normal anyway. So.
Well, I mean, players like Elijah Sardis, for example, who have ridiculously low time on ground, and because they're centre bounce specialists. Well, you're going to have to raise your game, baby, because we don't have a bounce no more, and there's no more subs. And I guess that also means, though, that there are certain players that are coming into a game underdone or players that are harboring an injury, well, because there's no sub now, they're less likely to get named. So a lot of the premiums that we have now also, I suppose, will not be risked during the course of a game. You could find that there's a lot more instances where various premiums sit out games as opposed to playing and then getting subbed out because they're up at 3/4 time. We might see a lot less of that now because there is no sub to fall back on. So it'll be there. It's going to be a brand new game next year. It really will be, and we're going to be in it together.
Yeah, 100%. No more Lockie Neal, 3.5 quarters, not playing grand finals, coming in, winning the game for the other team. So, yeah, should be a fun one to watch. Should be a good ride for us Supercoach land. And another change, as we've seen with the flex coming in and whatnot, that we just have to navigate, Joe.
The AFL and changes. Can you name me a better duo than AFL and rule changes? You just can't. It's always happening. It's always happening. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us and watching today. The centre bounce is not dead, as much as Tom Morris might like for you to believe. The centre bounce lives in your heart and on YouTube every week. So don't you worry about that.
We are still here, boys and girls. Stay tuned for a lot of stuff over the preseason. Kick us up the butt. Post on Twitter, hey, when's the next video coming out? When's everything coming out? Keep us accountable. We'll keep you guys accountable too. It should be a fantastic preseason. Stay tuned.
Let us know what you want from us as well in the comments down below, on Twitter or on Facebook. You know, hit us up with the type of content that you want, because that's what we want to do. We want to give you content that you really would want to consume. We don't want to be making content just for the sake of making content. We want it to be relevant, and we wanted to address any and all of your questions. No task too big. No question too difficult or too small. It will be answered, and we will bring it to you.
There you go, guys. Catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Have a fantastic weekend. Because here at the Centre Bounce, we do the hard work so you guys don't have to. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Look, he's not super dead to me anymore, all right? He's just a little dead.